Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Metropole Business Center with yours truly, Nina Shaban. Now, the entertainment scene was among the sectors worst hit by the COVID-19 pandemic as restrictions on social gatherings and events put a brake on live gigs. But the entertainment space is gradually coming back to life with a phased reopening of the economy. How are players in the area doing and what's the outlook for the remainder of the year? Let's find out. And I'll be chatting, rather, Wyre is on the other side, and we'll be chatting with him for just a bit. A very good morning to you, Wyre, the Dove Child.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very well, Wyre. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Now, let's start off by you kindly sharing your experience as an artist through this COVID-19 crisis.
Personally, on my side, I was meant to be on tour from around March, beginning of March, for about 2 months in the US. And unfortunately, came in the lockdown, so we couldn't travel. All festivals were canceled around that time, so that's a whole 2 months of touring that went down the drain.
Yeah.
Also locally, there's quite a number of bookings that had to get canceled because I planned to do a promotional tour for some upcoming projects, and that also had to be canceled. But I would say it gave us an opportunity as creatives to get back to the studio and work on a lot more new content. Many artists have been working on upcoming albums. I've been working on producing for other artists, for instance, because I'm also a producer.
All right.
So I'd say creatively, it sort of benefited us because at times we don't get that much alone time to get to work on your own music projects.
All right. At least there's some positive part to it. Now, what are your perspectives on how well the government has supported creatives, even with the 200 million shillings allocated to support payment of royalties?
Well, it's a start. The fact that they're trying to put policies in place so that artists benefit much better from especially like coloring back tones. Mm-hmm. I think that's a step in the right direction. Still, a lot more can be done since there's many things that can be done in terms of policies. Like increase of rotation of local content. Mm. That way definitely the artists will see direct benefit from that. They'll make more royalty. If more Kenyan content is put on rotation, it creates demand for it, and hence more royalty can be created out of that. If the corporate sector can get more involved in entertainment as well, I think we're definitely going to see more benefits from that. When it comes to sponsoring local concerts, mm-hmm. Getting artists more involved when it comes to brand affiliation. I think we're definitely going to see a lot more improvement. But it is a start mm-hmm. in the right direction, and I think we're only headed to better times.
All right. And your views on how the creative industry can be supported back into recovery from the pandemic?
Sorry, I lost you for a bit.
No, I'm sorry. There was a slight technical hitch.
I'm sorry, I lost you for a bit.
All right. So what are your views on how, or rather maybe your advice on how the creative industry can be supported back into recovery from the pandemic? And by creative industry, Wyre, I'm talking about musicians, I'm talking about comedians, I'm talking about artists who actually draw. Because I think you've seen the trend that has been going on, especially with this pandemic. There's been a lot of distress, a lot of depression. How would you, or rather from where you sit, sir, how would you say, or how would you advise that the industry can be boosted back up, can get a push?
I think if we need to have a whole mind shift, you know what I mean, mm-hmm. of buy Kenyan. It needs to start from you as an individual to consciously decide that you want to support what's Kenyan. You know what I mean? Mm. If my good brother Echo Dida started a campaign called MIK, which is
oh my goodness, that's quite unfortunate. Sorry, can we go back to Echo Dida? I didn't get you quite well.
Mine, Elkodida, started a campaign called Made in Kenya, MIK. And it's all about supporting whatever is Kenyan. You know, if there's athletes in our stadium, Kenyan athletes competing for some title, show up and, you know, just show your support, show the love. It won't cost you anything just to do a tweet to support a fellow artist or fellow actor who's just launched a movie or a stand-up comedy. He has a concert coming up. It won't take you, it won't cost you much just to send out a tweet saying, yo, let's go out and support our good friend. You know what I mean? It's that spirit which will really push us Kenyan consumers to want to consume more Kenyan content. You know what I mean? So it's a mind shift that we need to get into. And once that happens, corporate world is going to see, yo, actually, there's actually demand for Kenyan content, you know, so why not associate our brand with this Kenyan creators of Kenyan content, you know what I mean? So it's a whole connected link, but, you know, it has to start from somewhere. It starts from you guys chilling at home, tuning in to radio or tuning into to the TV station to watch Kenyan content.
All right. And as we
so
wind
the love
up,
has to start from the ground. Yeah.
Okay. And as we wind up, Wyre, how best can the creative industry in Kenya secure jobs and pay bills, such as the way it's happening in Hollywood, or even just here in Nollywood, or even in South Africa? You know, the creative industry, you actually pay bills. But you see, in Kenya, you'd find someone, yes, you are a musician and you're doing your songs really well, but your music cannot sustain or support your lifestyle, even day-to-day lifestyle. Yeah, simple things, they're just basic needs. You have to have another job. So how can we get there?
Well, I think first thing, as an artist, I think you need to treat your art as a business. Same way you run a coffee shop, you know, a salon, a barber shop. You need to treat yourself as a business. Look at the business side. Ask yourself, how would I create value around my brand? Because the more, I'll tell you for free, the more time you spend in investing in your brand, it will get to a point where your brand starts feeding you. You know what I mean? It's not about just getting that one hit song and then you ride the hype and then you make money for life. You know what I mean? You need to arm yourself, spend time creating, spend time learning about your art and arming yourself. Try and polish your art and become better than you are. Because there is always a new artist somewhere putting in the work, trying to get better than you. So how are you going to sustain yourself as an artist? You need to see what you need to do as an artist to be relevant, to remain relevant. I spend a lot of time studying my consumer. Anytime I'm signing an autograph and a fan tells me, yo, you know, that uprising song that you did, we need more positive music like that. Can we get more of that? I'll apply that when I go back to the studio. And then again, your consumer is always changing. They're growing, they're maturing, their tastes are changing. The more you learn about them, the more you learn how to better yourself as an artist.
All right.
You need to be also a trendsetter. Try and see what you can do to be a trendsetter so you can always be ahead of the game, as opposed to jumping on what's hot. Because when what's hot fades out, you die with the fashion as well. So you need to strive to remain relevant.
All right. And Wyre, before you go, I just want to get your thoughts on intellectual property. How easy is it, or how hard? What are the challenges when it comes to an artist and protecting their Can you patent an idea? Just can you give me a slight information on that from your end?
Government body called Kekobo, which is Kenya Copyright Board. So anytime you have your original works, you can just get onto the website, download the forms, and register your works. You know what I mean? And you're covered.
All right. So it's not really been much of a challenge for you.
Sorry?
It's not really been much of a challenge for you.
No, but I think there's a lot of either misinformation out there, or artists are not up to speed with the relevant information.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I will be talking to an intellectual property expert in just a bit. Please do stay tuned. But thank you for your time, Wyre.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Good morning.